Good morning, and welcome to the webinar on consumer research. My name is Hiromi Kubo, Business and Economics Librarian at Fresno State. First of all, we apologize for the delay for delivering this the webinar. But anyway, the purpose of this webinar is to introduce you to some of the most valuable library databases and other resources that will help you to locate demographic information about your target customers. Finding detailed consumer demographic information such as income, age, ethnicity, education level, purchasing habits, and lifestyles is really exciting, but at the same time, it can also become challenging. However, with a little creativity and extra steps, combined with some good demographic resources, you can come up with a very good picture of your target customers. As you become more comfortable with these resources, you will most likely locate information that will serve your needs. And if you have any questions during or after this webinar, please feel free to contact me and let me know. I will, these are, let me show you, here you go. So these are the databases, library databases I'm going to go over today. And also, I'm going to quickly go over some of the open sources that are free and to access through the internet and very helpful for consumer research. And now, let me go to the library's homepage. This is the library's homepage of the Fresno State. So let me start from this page because we have a library research guide for demographics and consumers from here. So I go to research guide and by clicking on the research tab. And now we see a different subject. And of course, we pick business and then go to demographic research guide. Okay. And here you see the list or two lists of the resources about for finding demographic information. Right. So I will start from the open data resources. Two resources actually. One is U.S. Census Bureau's American Fact Finder. The other one is U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics. Let me start from American Fact Finder from U.S. Census Bureau. So when we do demographic research, we sometimes forget about this website, but this is the basic but fundamental and important data source for us for finding demographic information. Simply type in the location, information of the location, such as zip code, city or town or a county or a state here. For instance, I will type in 93730 zip code and then click on go. The first page is always the current or the population, general information about the population. And when I click on this 2010 demographic profiles, it will give us the detailed data set regarding the population with a 5-year increment. This source, this table can be modified using this modified table function. So I can only pick the age groups that I want to include my own report or my own, the analysis, and then create my own table. Let me go back here. And other tables are listed under here regarding the population. Also, under age, the data sets, different types of data sets based on the age groups and other categories are listed here. Or business and industry section gives us the labor force based information or data, I should say. Or education attainment data, income data, and others are available here. All of them comes with the detailed table by clicking on the source or other tables, other titles of the tables here. So this is US Census Bureau's American Fact Finder. Let me close it. Now I'm back to the library research guide, and now we are moving on to the US Bureau of Labor Statistics website. I particularly like these two sections called consumer expenditures and time spent sections. Let's start from consumer expenditure section. This page gives us a variety of survey data and reports on expenditures and incomes. For instance, the tables section gives a variety of tables, but particularly annual calendar year tables gives different tables, such as the expenditure and income and other data based on different generations. Let me show you this generation reference person I'm clicking on there now. So here's data on expenditure and incomes based on the 5 different generation groups of the United States. Let's see, for instance, you see the middle table, birth year from 1946 to 1964. These are the people who are called as baby boomers. And then the next to the right is the people who are called millennium and let me see, Generation X and millennium, sorry. And then the last column is the combination of the millennial generation and Generation Z. And what these data are is, here you go. So the income information, expenditure information, and expenditures on a specific items and services categories here. This is a national level data set, but still it could be very helpful for your consumer research. Okay. And then let's move on to the time spent section, or American Time Use Survey. This one is, let me see. This gives us the idea of what, how much, what the amount of time that people spend in a regular day, weekend, or weekdays, such as childcare, work, sleeping, or socializing, and others. So let me show you. Oh, that's I went to the publication section, but I want to show you this interactive charts. This is pretty neat. So activities by age or average, let's see. So this tells us the people in particular age groups typically spend this much of time for, again, child personal care, including sleeping, or household activities, work activities, or educational activities, and other leisures and sports, and others. Another good source for finding people's information. All right. Let me move on to some of the library databases for demographic research. All right, here you go. I will start from the database called PolicyMap. This is a database to give us a data sets of people, not only demographics, but more of other variety of data sets, such as income and spending, housing and lending, quality of life, economy, education, health, and others. You can put the data into the map using this maps or 3-layer maps section, or see this data in table, or see the analysis in reports format. Let's start from maps section and then say, I want to find, I moved. All right, here you go. Let's say, for instance, I want to find people who are age 21 and 24, which is my target consumers, for instance. Now, the map gives the data in different colors and different ranges, but I would change this. So you can modify this map using the options here, like changing the variable from percentage to number, or change the ranges of the numbers of people using this interactive the section, say 1,000, 5,000, 10,000, and yeah, any numbers you can change and apply. And then what we can do is, now we are seeing the nationwide data, but we can modify or specify the location by using the location search section. Let's say, for instance, Fresno County or city or county. And then maybe a little more close look. Go. So I see, like, here has pretty high density. So let's pick any of the areas from the map. Maybe let me do a little. Let me cross up a little more, even more. All right, let me take a look. I think I'm doing a little strange way. Oh, somehow it's not working the way I like. Okay, let me see zip code instead. It might be too close. All right, so now I pick one of the zip code area and click on the zip code. Somehow it's not showing. It's supposed to show the report, immediately go to the report section, but that's all right. Let's just go to the report section instead. So here now, same way, we can just choose this location using this predefined location search. These are zip code. Zip code. Oh, here it is. Okay, and then generate report. Now we moved from the map view to the report view for detailed analysis of the people here. What this section or this report include is the population trends from the past to the future, and racial and ethnicities information and age distribution, income level, and some immigration information, and number of households and families with different categories, house type, and vacancy of the houses there, and employment status, and the different industries that the people are employed or work, and then some crime information as well. So pretty interesting information we find about the people and the community that of the section that was selected here. Another thing we can do is the 3-layer maps. This section, you can choose 3 different criteria from the categories of data from the top tabs, and then put in these data into one map. So for instance, let's say age, again, let's choose age 21 to 24. And I would change this to, again, number instead of percentage, because I want to see a highly dense area with the people who are in this age group. All right. And then maybe adding number of household. Oh, I think I picked the income of the household. Excuse me. Maybe doing pretty high, 90, I'd say. All right. And then maybe quality of life or education attainment. Educational attainment, maybe bachelor's degree. Zoom out a little bit. Maybe I picked too narrow. Oh, somehow it's not showing. Okay. I think I picked too high. Somehow it's not showing. Maybe this is the wrong one. Let me get rid of that. Not that one. I'm not sure why it's not showing. Let me put the location then instead. There you go. So again, the map shows the areas colored with the highest dense areas with the people who meet the selected category. I'm supposed to be able to add one more data sets, but yeah, but anyway. So, and again, you can click on that. It gives some more information, and then you can download the data as well. Right? So this is a database called Policy Map. Let me go back to the research guide and then move on to the second database. Here you go. The second database I want to show you is called Mergent Intellect. This database is pretty strong for finding private companies' information in the United States and international, but it is also great for finding demographic information as well as consumers' data. Let's start from demographics. So first we want to do is to pick location. Let's see. We can pick up to 4 different zip code if you are doing zip code search at the same time, and we can compare with them. But let me just do 2 zip code. I type in 93711 and 93712 zip code, and the map shows where they are. And then the location or the first section gives us a like a snapshot of the population and household information from the 2010 census data, such as number of population, number of female and male, and different ethnicity and race, and then number of household and income. When we scroll further down, we see here 12 different reports about the people in this area. And all of them are pretty good reports and pretty detailed, but I particularly like this demographic overview and also this PRISM household distribution. So click on that. And let me click on that too. Sometimes it takes a little while to get it open, get these reports open. So let me show you how they look like, because I already have them here. Here you go. So this is the demographic. Oh, sorry. I think I clicked on the wrong. Yeah, that's fine. This is a demographic snapshot. One of the 12 reports that we find within this Mergent Intellect database. So it gives us a first summary of the population and current and the projection of these 2 zip code areas. Then some more. And then information about race and ethnicity based on the race and ethnicity here. And further detailed ethnicity, information on ethnicity. And then population by age. And in different genders. And then Educational attainment, I think I just passed. Yeah, now we are looking at. And information about income levels follow. And some more information, pretty good information about the people here. In I see. I said the two zip code areas that I selected. The other one called Prism Household Distribution. This is a data based on the Nielsen's Prism segmentation analysis. So you might be familiar with this, but the Nielsen categorized or divided people's lifestyles based on where they are and what's their income level into 66 different groups. And these are the groups that are that Nielsen created. And the explanation is down here. For instance, let me see. Urban, Middletown, urban achievers, low, mid, young, mostly without kids, and these people are age younger than 35, and racially they are mixed, and what others? Ethnically diverse, and no kids, and about a third of them are foreign born and more, speaks more than one language. So these tells who they are, what those categories are. Anyway, so what this mergent intellect gives us is, here we go. This is the mergent report based on the Nielsen's Prism household distribution. So here is the 66 different categories based on the Nielsen's Prism. And then we are looking at the area, people in the area of zip code 93711. What we want to cross-look is this index area. When the index is 100, which means it is same as the United States average number. But when you see over 100, like 117 here, mover and shaker, which means in this area there are more people than the US average who are in this specific category. And I see here in the category 8, great power, that's the index is over 1,000, which is extremely high, meaning most probably the majority of the people who are living there are in this great power category. Now I'm going back to the Prism's page, and then I will find who great power people are. All right. So great power people are the older, healthier Americans over the past decade has produced one important byproduct. Middle class, mostly home owning people who are aging in place rather than moving to retirement communities. And they tend to, let me see, middle scale and couples who live in quiet comfort. Age-wise, 65 plus, and mostly white Caucasian people without kid anymore. So again, going back to the report itself, this report tells this people who are in this category are the major people who are living in this area. Others are emptiness. I can kind of tell from this name, but most probably the couples who whose kids are already grown and not living together, those people. Say, has the index of over 700, which is again pretty high. Yeah. But anyway, so this is what this database gives us regarding the demographics. Right. I'm back to the Emergent Intellect front page. Now we are moving to the consumer data section. This section gives us a list of actual people who are interested in spending money for a specific categories or specific products or services that you select. So in this section, I immediately go to the advanced search. And then I could start from selecting location, such as, let's say, city. Oops. San Fran. Welcome. All right. Just choose San Francisco and add this as one of my criteria. And then move on to lifestyle. Say I'm interested in finding people who are interested in natural food and also maybe health and medical self-improvement. Again, I add them into my category. And consumer details, I want to see only the people who are aged 26 to 34, for instance, and female who are, let's say, married, single, doesn't matter. Well, let's just pick married, right? Add criteria. Oops, there's no, okay, let me, I think I picked too many. So let me see. Still none. Okay, maybe this one. That is a little strange. So, let me try again. Somehow things are not going well today. Let's do things. It's not a big difference, but San Francisco again. And take a look. Yep, good. Maybe I was picking too many. So age 26 and gender or female is my gender. All right, here we go. And then, all right, what about just natural food? Natural food is not a good one then, somehow. Okay, let me get rid of it. Let's just do too many people. What about just cooking and wine, which include natural food, but other things as well? Okay, good. Good. So here is actually the list of the actual people with name, address, and sometimes phone number as well. And what it gives us with the list, it gives us the information about what other things besides the gourmet food or healthy food that these people are interested in. So I'm not going to show the names and other information here, but you can use these databases and create your own list when you visit the library, our library, or the library close to your where you live. So that's Emergent Intellect. Going back to the database list, Reference USA, this does pretty similar thing. It's working. Sorry. So Reference USA does pretty similar thing about as the Merge and Intellect does. But since these are two different companies, they have different data sets. So please try both and then compare or put together the information from these two sources. They are both pretty good. So now it's 10:57. Okay, but let me show you one more database. It's called E3's Business Analyst Online. Right, actually, since it's already open here, let me use this. Let me close some of this. There you go. Right. So what E3 does is it is a GIS-based software, actually online software that gives us a list of data. Many data sets about people there with category or criteria you select. So it always comes with this step-by-step guided tour. So it's pretty simple to use, and with this guided tours. For instance, let's see. So I want to try this, find areas that meet specific criteria. So let's do that. And then so it shows you where you want to go. And obviously map search is the one to look for information. So this gives us the different categories of people that you want to add as your criteria. So let's say I want to find people who are aged 24 to 26 who spend money for a certain product or certain services and whose income is in a certain level. So let's select age first in the 1 year increment and select 2017. Let's say 24, 25, and 26, I believe. Going back to the categories, let's go to behaviors. And let's say wanna find people who spend money for grocery shopping. Let's take a look at the grocery shopping. This is not very much up there, so let's go back. That's all right. You see groceries. Let's say, all right. So I would pick this one, organic food. Going back to the category again, let's pick income this time. And disposal or household income. And then select the income level you want to look at. I picked a pretty high one. And now, let's see. The data. Yeah, that's all right. Everywhere in the United States is highlighted right now because of the range we haven't set yet. But the age group and the other categories or criteria are listed here. So we can, again, change the number of the people using this category, the criteria section, and pick the highest dense areas using this. And then organic food, it's a number, percentage. Okay, that's fine. We can change it from number to percentage, but it's up to you. And then the income level. And this way we can tell which state at this point has the highest density of the people who are who meet the category or criteria we picked. So, for instance, when bring the pointer to Oregon, it gives some ideas of more information about it. Or we go to view result table and open it up. It gives the top state information about the people of the top states with the criteria we picked. Other thing is, let me. There you go. But this is just one of the ways to find data sets and maps from this database. This database does a lot of different kinds of things for finding demographic information. So I'd like you to explore and find out what's the best way to find the information, what data sets that meets your needs using this database. Right. So, do you have any questions at this point? All right. So thank you again for joining us for this webinar. And if you have any questions afterwards, please contact me via email or phone call. I think my contact information is listed in the PowerPoint that will be provided after this webinar. Thank you very much.